Have you ever visited a website, pressed the back button, and instead of going back to the page you came from, the site keeps trapping you? That is exactly what Google is now targeting with a new spam policy update. On April 13th, 2026, Google announced that a deceptive practice called back button hijacking will officially become an explicit violation of its spam policies. This rule will start being enforced on June 15th, 2026. So, what is back button hijacking? Normally, when someone clicks the back button in their browser, they expect to return to the previous page. That is basic browser behavior. But some websites interfere with that. Instead of letting the visitor go back normally, they manipulate the browser history. This can send users to pages they never intended to open, show extra ads, push unwanted recommendations, or simply stop them from leaving the site the normal way. Google says this creates a deceptive and frustrating experience for users. And honestly, this makes sense. When users click back, they are making a very clear decision. They want to leave the current page and return to where they were before. If a website blocks that or tricks them into going somewhere else, it breaks trust immediately. Google says user experience comes first, and this kind of behavior goes against that principle. According to Google's spam policies, malicious practices are actions that create a mismatch between what users expect and what actually happens, leading to a deceptive or harmful experience. Google now says back button hijacking clearly falls into that category. What happens if a site does this? Google says pages involved in back button hijacking may receive manual spam actions or automated demotions, and that can hurt how the site performs in Google search results. In simple words, this could damage rankings and visibility. Google also gave site owners some time before enforcement begins. That means if a website is using scripts, pop-ups, redirects, history manipulation, or any technique that prevents users from going back to the page they came from, those things should be removed or disabled before June 15th, 2026. Google also pointed out something important. Sometimes the problem may not come directly from the site owner. It could come from third-party libraries, ad platforms, or included scripts. So website owners are being encouraged to review their code, imports, and ad setups carefully to make sure nothing is causing this behavior. And if a site has already been hit by a manual action and the issue gets fixed, Google says the site owner can submit a reconsideration request through Search Console. So the main message is simple. Do not interfere with the browser back button. If users want to leave your page, let them leave. Trying to trap visitors might increase clicks for a moment, but according to Google, it can now become a direct spam policy violation. This update is really about trust, usability, and a better experience on the web. If you run a website, blog, or ad-supported platform, now is a good time to audit your scripts and make sure your site is not doing anything that could be considered back button hijacking. Because starting June 15th, 2026, Google will be ready to take action.